In this video, we are going to analyze the articles written by K Narayanan. This is who is former director and intelligence bureau and former national security advisor and former governor of West Bengal. This article mainly useful for the aspirant who is preparing for mains and other interview level preparations for government examinations. These articles broadly cover the internal security that was happened since from independence and right now. What are the measures taken by government and what still need to be care for internal security? He divided this entire article into four parts. First one, he started with what was happened in Jammu Kashmir and what measure taken by the government, why it is not so popular and what's need to be done. So starting with Jammu Kashmir. So the problem in Jammu Kashmir, there is a dispute between India and Pakistan. The concept called POK got developed in time of partitions, and there is a war between India and Pakistan. So that we know that basic static part. But the thing is that why the problem in Jammu Kashmir is not able to rectify. He tells that there was a concept or myth called if any improvement in the economic conditions lead to peace dividend, which means if anything economic conditions like creating the employment opportunity, then it will overcome the problem of international border issue. But that was not fulfilled or fruitful in the Jammu region, because this is a idea that are the solutions which may useful in northeast region because of the Naxalist area, but that was not worked out in Jammu Kashmir. And also the building alliance and coalition to overcome the differences weapon also not proved successful. So in that way, or in order to succeed the problem in Jammu Kashmir, the bifurcation of the Jammu Kashmir state into two union territory was started. And notwithstanding this stringent rules and the military protections in the Jammu Kashmir, that violence having declined so far, but the problem in the mindset of youth not been able to rectify. And also moreover, today in Jammu Kashmir is mostly indigenous, because there is many militant who are recruited mostly towards LET or JM, like Lakshadi Talipa or Vandina JEC Muhammad. So this is the new concept which need to be rectified. And he moreover telling that the dealing with Kashmir may hence demand a further overhauling of both policy prescriptions and their implementations on the ground. So which can be, this entire part can be useful in addressing any problem, addressing any questions in the internal security of Jammu Kashmir. Second point, he is starting with the left wing extremists. So that was happened in the decades of 1970s, which because of the ideological appeal of Maoism, Leninism, and the intellectual underspinning, because many youth got inspired from that Maoist ideology. But right now it was come decline, or its relevant not been fruitful or appeasing the youthful minds. So that was a come down. And also the many leaders of left wing extremists got surrender or they got age, so that might that might helping to solve the problem in northeast region, especially in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh belt. And third thing, he just telling that the problem in western region, especially in Punjab region, because we know that the Khalistan movement or Khalistan, the separate statehood was kind of things started in 1960 and 70s. He tells that it was a copybook case of how militant movement can spread from small beginning to produce an impact far wider than anticipated. And he just mentioned the two important personality and one more person who is uh, mostly relevant, who is um, that organized or leader of that movement, that J.S. Pentrawal. He's a fanatic leader. His mishandling or when the emergence of his appeal towards that need for separate statehood was not taken care by Indian government, Indian security. And finally, we know that because of government actions at that time lead to assassination of two important world leader of India. One is our Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and another one is Pakistan Chief Minister. His name is Basant Singh. So he again telling that today the revival of Khalistan movement, it's not in up to the level, but there is a need to taken care by the Indian government to satisfy their inclusion in the Indian cultural and social aspect. And fourth, he come to the northeast region where he just explained the tribal insurgency starting in the Assam region, and the most vibrant one is Nagaland, that was still relevant because if you look at the current affair things, there is many northeastern group, especially from the Nagaland, who is ready to go with the agreement with Indian government. So that is a Nagaland part. Why Nagaland is militantly vibrant? Because of their organizations. The two organizations, one is NSCN-IM and another one is NSCN-K. That was National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muiva, and National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Kaplan. These two organizations mainly responsible for the two organizations responsible for creating law and order issue in the northeast region. And he finally come to the conclusion part that telling that terror from the outside. In that what he just telling that I think since independence there was a many issues directly from Pakistan and also from China because of we are we have that war with China and Pakistan. But right now we have the war kind of situations was changed into economic angle. So starting from Afghan jihad that was started in the time of 1980s to curb the menace in the terrorism. So, but right now it was changed, and also he explained that during the last decade of 20th century and first decade of 21st century, India came to witness a new kind of terror or new era of terror attack, which means like in 2008 we know about that there was a Mumbai attack, 2008 Mumbai attack and parliamentary attack. This is a new era of kind of terror attack. Why it is new era? Because their methodology in that new era, it's like their objective of the attacks seem to be the achieve the mass casualty and logical economic and political disruptions rather than true attention to the primary causes. So in 1980s or from independence to 1980s, their concept of terror attack terror attack mainly focused on their primary causes because the Afghan jihad, they are ideological oriented to uh, creating any trouble in the Indian state because of their primary causes. But after that, that 2000 after the after 2010 or 2000s, the new era of concept, they wanted to create the political disturbance in all over India. So that is a problem, and which also need to be taken care. And finally he concludes that what are the broader area of measures taken by Indian government to solve the internal security. First, we have the separate body to control or to investigate the matter of terrorism. It's National Investigations Agency of NIA, and we have that intelligence agency like counter intelligence agency of Indian Intelligence Bureau. But he's just telling that we have to redefine or refining that two organizations in much needed manner. And he finally explained that the problem, like notwithstanding the all the measures, the terrorism would still prove to be the prove to be the deafening threat of not just the present but for the future generations. So what need to be taken is need for collaboration between the country, and we need to focus on our domestic strength in the all national power. And he's just telling that whatever whatever the measure taken, that should be shared opportunity for its citizens, since we know that many problem in India, it's starting from or causes from inequality and inequity. So that should be rectified, and the need for common coherent national identity. So in that way, we can able to, curb law under the issues very well. Thank you.